Queen is dead, and Charles III is now King of the United Kingdom. My God. I honestly thought she might outlive us all. First Betty White, now Elizabeth II. I am looking forward to an end to this unhappy year. Well, time for a drink. Good evening, friends, fiends, viewers, et al. Welcome to episode 32 of Before the Mast, a show where I finally get to relax and invite you to relax with me. A show where I introduce you to very interesting people. A show where I tell you how I really feel. Either you like it or you don't. But whether or not you like me is irrelevant. Either way, please stop what you're doing right this moment and hit like and subscribe. Go on. I'll wait. You done? Good. Welcome back. Thank you for that. You've made my day. Today I'll be introducing you to a friend of mine whose favorite drink is the Painkiller. Being that we just had a Painkiller episode, we can skip the tutorial and just build the drink. Now, if you'd like the full Painkiller building experience, please check out episode 27 of Before the Mast. To the Laka Laka Lounge. Hi there. The Painkiller. Let's go ahead and build that real quick. I love that sound. Pussers has started using plastic corks. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm a traditionalist. Up, spirits! Stand fast, the Holy Ghost! Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. God, I love a good painkiller. You know who else loves a good painkiller? The Barstool Bosun, that's who. A couple of months ago, Dan sent me this very awesome Pusser's bottle that he had decorated in coach whipping. Look at this. It's even got a little Turk's head on the top. That's nice, Dan. Oh, and a lanyard so you never lose the top. Good thinking, Dan. This is beautiful, and it can be used as a decanter. But at the moment I have kids, so I need to keep the liquor locker locked. And this is too pretty to hide behind a lock, so until I'm an empty nester, this is more jetsam for the locka decor. You can actually see Dan's processes on this very flagon on Instagram. You can follow Dan at Barstool Bosun. Check him out. Very cool stuff. If you want him to make something fantastic for you, just slide into his DMs like a glass across a bar. Dan's favorite liquor is Pussers, obviously, whose bottles provide him with endless inspiration. Pussers, of course, is the proprietary blend of rum that the British Navy used prior to killing centuries of tradition with the Black Tart. Anyway, Dan dislikes scotch. Hashtag me too, Dan. Well, that'll probably lose me subscribers. He says that scotch tastes like licking an oak plank. Huh. I think that's generous of you, Boats. I think it tastes like whiskey that's been strained through William Wallace's ass hair and then filtered through a dirty kilt. That's just me. You may like scotch, and we can still be friends. But frankly, I don't want what you're having. Dan's always been into nautical decor, and sometime in the 90s he procured himself a copy of the Marlin Spike Sailor. His first knot was a monkey's fist. Well, starting off big. He says he started knot tying for real in 2019 to try and get through the stress of his wife having cancer. Thankfully, she kicked the cancer habit and he kept the knot tying habit. Good for her. Good for him. Good for all of us. Dan picked up the handle Barstool Bosun because it's kind of like armchair quarterback. He knows the game, but he practices it from home. But don't let that fool you. Dan knows nautical fancy work better than a lot of salty bosun mates I know. Which is probably what prompted a United States Navy chief to create him an honorary chief petty officer in the United States Navy and an honorary bosun. Dan likes collecting naval memorabilia. I've seen some of it. It's pretty spectacular. Mine's got nothing. And he also dabbles in the arts. It's funny. All the people I become friends with are like artsy, not like artsy, but like creative. That's yeah. He's also a member of the International Guild of Knot Tiers. Dan says they've helped him on his constant quest to become more knowledgeable. I might have to join this club. Guild. It's not quite the lollipop guild, but I'll take what I can get. The Barstool Bosun says to anyone wanting to get into the world of macrame that it may seem daunting, But with time and practice, it gets better. So, says he, don't give up the ship. I like what you did there, Dan. I asked him. Axed? Excuse me. Asked. Finally, I asked Dan the questions that nobody else has the courage to ask. If you were stranded on a desert island, who would you want as your companion? Hedy Lamarr? Raquel Welch? Farrah Fawcett? Or Eleanor Roosevelt? Dan says Hedy Lamarr. Brains and beauty. Yes. Hedy wasn't just a goddess of the silver screen. She was also a very accomplished inventor. Literally a real MacGyver. So I could see why he'd want Hedy. She could get you out of a tight spot. While you, an intellectual, try to find your way into a tight spot. Well, there they went. The rest of my subscribers. Me, I'd take my chances with Eleanor. So here's to you, Dan DeMott, the Barstool Bosun, you naughty boy. And now we take a moment to honor Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Some of my friends here may wonder why I, as an American, care about the goings-on of a monarchy across the pond. Understandable. The United Kingdom is inseparably linked to the United States. We've fought for each other, and our two countries are the best of allies. I have Brit friends, and my thoughts are with them in this time of change. Queen Elizabeth was a stateswoman of unrivaled poise, and for 70 years she was a stabilizing presence in an unstable world. While politically she didn't wield much power, her example and her words to her people were inspirational to the Commonwealth and to the world. Well, I can't say anything about her that greater people than I have already said. So I will simply say, God bless you, Queen Elizabeth. Finally, there's a lot of negative things said about King Charles III. And while I have no real opinion on his people's misgivings, I will say on a positive note that Charles is a huge patron of the arts, and I find that exciting. Coincidentally, Charles I was also a huge patron of the arts. It's one of the things that got his head lopped off in 1648. Well, thanks, Professor. The King. God bless him. Well, I hope your reign is better than the last two Charlies. Until next time, cheers. A quick note. Before the Mast, we'll be changing format soon. I will still be the same old me, telling crazy sea stories and being ornery as hell, but I'll probably take the focus off of cocktail building, just because it takes too long. And the amount of liquor that it takes to keep that kind of operation going is something I can't do. So once the supply runs out, I'm just gonna, keep my stalwart rum ration and drink drinks that I have always liked. And I'm not gonna do the exotic shit anymore. By the way, painkillers, not exotic to me.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, early in the morning. Putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, putting in the longboat until he's sober, early in the morning. Way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, early in the morning.
I need like 83 more of those. She was also a very accomplished inventor. Once again, I'm going to need a new drink just for the toast. It's funny how that keeps happening to me. Easy skipper. Onward ever, backward never.